Hey there folks, Shepard here. In today's video, I'm going to discuss some of the questions slash topics that I've spoken to you all about, those that have contacted me in the last month, couple weeks, 3 weeks, regarding your situation transitioning into retirement income phase. You have a meeting with TIAA Wealth Manager. Some of you, it's Fidelity Wealth Manager, but you want to know what questions slash topics to discuss or ask during that meeting to help facilitate a good, efficient conversation because you've never done it before, right? So you want to know what questions slash topics to ask. I got some written down here, so I'm going to share that with you, okay? For those of you that don't know me, again, my name is Shepard. I specialize in helping folks all over the country just simplify, make sense of those oftentimes confusing TIA accounts. Excuse my comfortable wardrobe here. I got to go catch a plane. I'm actually running late. I'm sure they hold those planes up in these scenarios, right? So I'm sure that's what they're doing for me. So what I'm going to do is rattle off some of these questions slash topics, and then we'll go back and revisit one at a time. Okay. Fees. I'm going to yell this till I'm blue in the face. Okay. Fees, 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 fees. The first question you should ask, what are your fees? Okay. Again, I'll piggyback off that here in just a bit. Compare the plan, and then we'll use the TIA Wealth Manager. Okay. Compare the plan that he or she, the TIA Wealth Manager, has with an independent advisor. Okay. Again, I'll come back to that. Are they putting you in a model? All right. Are they putting you in a model? Fourth one, how long have you been there? You being the advisor. Mr. or Mrs. Advisor, how long have you been there? So again, I'll elaborate on that here in just a second. Let's go back to number one, fees, 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 fees. Okay, so when you're having a discussion with the advisor, the TIA Wealth Manager person, ask what the fees are. The reason I bring this up is I've seen fees all over the place when it comes to the TIA Wealth Manager program, depending upon what program you get. The last one I saw was there's a 1% fee based on well north of $1 million, okay? And the majority of the portfolio, he was still in the accumulation phase, was in a model. So the wealth manager really wasn't managing that portfolio, but they were charging on it, okay? So be cognizant, and the client didn't even realize this, okay? He was just so busy in his life slash work, wasn't even cognizant of the fact. Fees, I cannot stress this enough. Ask what the fees are. There's basically two types of fees. All right. There's the fee that the advisor charges, the wealth manager over at TIA, and any advisor, and then the expense ratios of the investment. There is nothing for free. I can't say that we all grew up knowing this, being told this. Okay. If they tell you it's free, there's no charge, just turn around and leave. Okay. Don't even exhaust the effort it takes to have that discussion. Just turn around and leave or shut Zoom down. Okay. Nothing for free in this world. Okay. So fees, 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 fees. What are your fees? By the way, in my opinion, 1% on just about anything these days from the advisor, the wealth manager, is too high. Just give you kind of a comparison here. The most I charge for a client is 0.80% per year. Okay. Usually we're a little south of that. That kind of gives you an idea. Anything north of 0.80%, in my opinion, too expensive. Okay. Now, compare the next one. We're going to the next one. Compare your plan to an IA, independent advisor. Even if you're going to go with the wealth manager over at TIA, it's a good idea to exhaust all options. The next option would be an independent advisor. Okay. So even if your plans aren't really to use him or her at the independent advisor world, have them put together a plan, and maybe you will, I don't know, but at least you see the difference between what an IA, independent advisor, and a TIA wealth manager can do, okay? And there are several differences, okay, especially when you're in the retirement income phase, because folks, when you're in the accumulation phase, this industry has become so commoditized. There's not going to be a lot of difference between your Vanguard institutional index fund get afforded to you under your platform and getting an index S&P 500 over at Schwab. Okay, there's not really a big difference. In a good way, costs have come down and the industry has become more commoditized. Not necessarily true when it comes to income phase for those that are retired. Different ballgame, folks. And let me go on a tangent here. Most of you that I talk to are not, oh gosh, I'll tread lightly. You're not able to do it. Okay, you've never done it before, and you've Googled everything and you've YouTubed everything. You've come to me with all different kinds of ideas, of which none of them are really feasible. You need help typically, not everybody, of course, in the retirement income phase of your life. The accumulation phase is easy. It's a different ballgame when it comes to retirement income. Okay, so number two, compare that TIAA Wealth Manager to the plan to an independent advisor's plan as well. Just weigh them out, right? Weigh them out, which one you like different. It's a business decision. Business decision, even though trust is a very important factor in this, it's a business decision. Okay, number three, are they putting you in a model? They being the TIAA Wealth Manager. The reason I bring this up is I've seen this time and time again, and I've seen it over at Fidelity as well, where you go through the process and they're going to throw you in a model. Okay, what you do is you ask, hey, is this a model that you all put together? Now, you all being the higher ups or a robot that put this together, right? And just be quiet and let them justify, defend why the model they're putting you in is good for you and everybody else in your age range. Okay, you personally have too many variables going on with your life to be in the same model excuse me, as John down the street, who has a totally different monetary financial situation, right? Okay, so I think you'll understand what I'm saying there. When I retire, whenever the time comes, now I'm in a different situation, I wouldn't want to be thrown into a model that Sally has down the street. Okay, I'm just reiterating the same thing, and then ask the question, why? Why is this the best deal for me? And again, just be quiet and let them justify slash defend that decision to put you in a model when you go to an IA, independent advisor, and get a truly customizable portfolio for income purposes. Okay, that's number three. Number four, how long have you been there? So you ask the question, um, you know, sir, ma'am, TIAA Wealth Manager person, how long have you been with your position now? And and then piggyback off that, what are your goals slash aspirations career wise? All right. Be quiet and let them speak. Now, what you're looking for, and the reason I bring this up, let me preface, is that some of you have come back to me maybe a couple years later after you've decided to go to the TIAA Wealth Manager program and said, hey, my TIAA Wealth Manager has left. Usually they're going independent and, cutting their teeth in mind, the independent side of things, okay? So A, how long have you been there? B, basically, how long do you plan to be there? Now, if the person's, like if you ask my father currently owns this firm. I'm buying it from him here in a few months. He's 74, 75 years old. Even if someone asked him, what are your career aspirations? He says, well, my career aspirations is to play golf 4 days a week. So, I say that tongue in cheek. You get the idea. You don't want someone that's looking to sell or exit the business here in a few years. Conversely, do you really want someone that just graduated college in handling your life retirement phase? Okay, I was there once, but let's just take a step back and just evaluate the situation. So, how long have you been there? What are your goals slash career aspirations going forward? If they even hint to the fact that they're looking to go independent, ding, ding, ding. Okay. Either find somebody else with a TIAA Wealth Manager or Fidelity, those bigger institutions, or go on to the independent side. Now, that's it. So fees. Number one, fees. What are your fees? What are your fees, Mr. or Mrs. Advisor? What are your expense ratios? There is nothing for free. If you hear that word, turn around, go the other way. Number two, compare with an IA plan. So compare, we use a TIAA Wealth Manager plan with an independent advisor plan. Weigh the two, costs, fees, okay, benefits, cons, pros, all that good stuff. Take a day or two, digest it, then reach back out. You are in charge of the situation. You are in no hurry to move forward. Okay, then you proceed from there. Third, are you putting me in a model? If so, why? And then just be quiet, let them justify and defend that decision. I'm not a big, as you can tell, I'm not a big fan of putting people in models. Even though it takes more work, okay? I'm not a big fan of it. Next one, how long have you been with TIAA or Fidelity? And give me an idea of what your aspirations are in your career. Then again, be quiet, and listen. All right. That's it. All right. So again, 3 or 4 questions, topics to consider, think about, ask. If you have other questions, topics that you're thinking about, or you just want more information on what to ask the TIAA Wealth Manager or Fidelity, of course, by all means, contact me. My information should be below, and I will certainly help you out as much as I can. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go jump on that big bird. Like I said, I'm sure they're holding it up for me. All right, Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. Hey, go out and have a good one. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.